Friday, baby. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody, and a good morning to you here on a Friday morning from Tampa, Florida. It is the Thanksgiving hangover, if you will, edition of Talkin Slab. No Thanksgiving hangover here. I think I nailed it low key. You know, had one meal all day, skipped breakfast, skipped lunch, just filled up on Thanksgiving. And then it filled me up for the rest of the night. I didn't really feel the need to eat. I had a little bit of mac and cheese after I got home, at 9 o'clock.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about that champagne.
Oh, no.
Because you were holding court with the champagne yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, no one else was drinking it.
No,
one bottle at the table.
It was delicious.
It was delicious. Got to start off the show with a huge shout out to Mike and Ashley. I want to thank them again for having most of the Suncoast fam over for their house for Thanksgiving. Was fantastic. Did you know Ashley did most of the cooking as well?
Yeah, no, I did. Ashley did most of the cooking. I thought the turkey was delicious.
Oh yeah,
and I think
it was moist.
Yeah,
you don't usually get moist turkey.
That was what I was gonna say that too. Like, there's gonna be times where I'm turkey, I like ham, but the turkey, I went in last night. So I got there. Obviously, I was with my parents. I know my mom was I was lugging down trays, green bean casserole, sweet potato casserole, all good stuff. Peanut butter pie was phenomenal. But I'm so I finally got there. Everybody had settled in. I was excited to see everybody. So I don't know if it was anxious hunger or anxious appetite.
Overwhelmed, man.
I was just
it's very overwhelming.
Yeah, exactly. Overwhelmed to see everybody. So I ate there, but I didn't a full plate. Uh-huh. Oh, I'll tell you what.
When you got home,
that refrigerator, those Tupperwares were cruising for a bruising. All right, and
it wasn't just me this time.
Oh no, it was it was unbelievable. I came back. So took the mandatory nap, got back up, took my brother, his girlfriend, my sister, her boyfriend out to have a little nightcap, you know what I mean? Watch the Thursday night football game.
It was Sunday night football.
It was Sunday night, right? And so after that, but it was all good. Like I said, unbelievable. So yes, thank you again to Mike and Ashley. It was tremendous. So much fun.
Well, she cooked it breast side down. There you go.
Yeah,
maybe a little tip.
Shout out to West Chase Colts football.
There
Absolutely. Yeah, 6U champs.
How could I forget?
Apparently now have a Netflix deal in the works for their season end of the year highlights video.
So I hear. I think it'd be more interesting to see the crazy parents on the sideline than the actual kids playing football.
That's right.
Nonetheless, shout out to Mike and Ashley. Thank you once again. That was fantastic, and they are they're in the spirit of giving now, I guess, as we go over to Christmas time and Black Friday time, because all day today here at Suncoast Sports, we're going to be running 20% off of our personals all day.
Get out of town.
Want to make sure I got this list right here, because I was like, wait a second.
Rattle them off. Personals, 20% off personals. You want me to go? I'll go ahead. I got it right here.
All right, what do we got today, Connie?
So 20% off personals chat in the store. As soon as we're done with Talkin Slab, it'll be 2024 Stadium Club, 2024 Bowman Chrome, 2024 5-Star, 2024 Tier 1, 2024 Logo Fractor, 2024 Bowman Flagship, 2024 Cosmic, a phenomenal product, and 2024 Holiday Mega Boxes. All 20% off in the store, personals. Get them while they're there, because again, they could run out, and that's it. You know what I mean?
They will probably run out.
They will definitely run out.
I don't think it's 20% promo is Black Friday for a week. No, this is the real Black Friday.
No, this isn't like Walmart. They mark it up and then they not slash it down. No, we're keeping it. It's one day only. You get on, you log in. I know Josh is on this morning. Me and Jay back tonight. You got to spend the time with us.
There you go.
Risk it for the biscuit. You know what I'm saying, Josh?
Yeah, so Happy Black Friday. Hoff is in here. Good morning. I know everyone's home from work today. You're chilling out with the family. Want to get some cards coming your way. Chance to do it. 20% off all day in the store. And before we move on to football, how about last night? Matty Ice? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. A roaring round of applause from Matty Ice in Austin there yesterday. Smashing the Suncoast Sports record.
Really now?
Yeah, they just glass ceiling, blew it up. And then I get Matty Ice cold-blooded thugging it this morning. I get an Instagram story notification. Matty Ice on the tarmac.
I know.
Matty Ice jet north. Running right into, he said, didn't even care. Winter mix, no problem. I was like last night.
Lake Effect, never heard of it.
Lake Effect, never heard of it. Yeah. So Matty Ice again, hell of a show last night. Home from work. Oh yeah. You know it.
Good morning, Laura. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy holidays to you.
Oh, Big Dog chiming in now.
Oh, Ashley wants to see the back of the West Chase Colts.
Oh, yeah. It's just cone on the back.
Here we go. Always repping. Close enough.
Yeah.
You got it on the top. Big Dog's up early. Big Dog's ready to roll. Shortly we hit the debut patch, right? Last night?
and that's what we give him.
All those breaks.
So you had to take him down a peg.
No,
No, it's okay. I was thinking the same thing. No debut patch. Debut patch still live. A monster promo for the debut patch still running live here today for Suncoast Sports Today. We will have mixers all day long. Those half and halves were cooking last night. So that's what we're going to be looking forward to today. Hop in, 20% off all personals of the list that we just gave, and then a bunch of Delight mixers that we're going to be cruising.
Give me some Delight.
Yep.
All right, Connie. So it was a turkey day yesterday. Of course, with the food comes the football.
Indeed. Yep.
We had a pretty lame games. Not going to lie to you. The one game that was interesting was the one with the biggest spread, the Bears and the Lions. It was a 10-point spread. Mm-hmm. Bears covered that one easily. Big talk in the town, Matt Eberflus, not calling the timeout for some reason in those final 30 seconds.
Yeah, he can't take those with him.
He doesn't know that. He can't take him with him to his cashier job at Ollie's Bargain Outlet in a couple weeks.
Yeah, Millersdale House.
Well, then, he got some good deals over there. But, I mean, we were talking a couple days ago, and our guy Shane O'Mac was really talking a big game about the Lions.
Shane O'Mac.
Just, NFC's already over, blah, 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 this, blah, blah, that. Okay. I said, I don't even think the NFC North is over yet, Shane O'Mac. Hold your horses. So before we dive into any of these games, kind of my big picture question from Thanksgiving Day yesterday.
Okay.
Do you think who impressed you more? Was it the Lions or the Packers? Because the Lions, they came out dominant, 16-0 at halftime. I don't think the Bears had a first down in the first half. A little bit of hyperbole.
Right.
Packers, on the other hand, just dominant. Took care of business against a Dolphins team that I was all over yesterday. Hand up, lost that one there.
Yeah.
But who showed out to you?
To me, I mean, I guess it would be the Packers, because I think the Dolphins should be a more formidable opponent, especially with Tua back now. I guess, again, that game, it was a 2-score game late that they could have had a chance. The Dolphins were driving, and then they kind of petered out at the end. I guess because, again, the Bears at home, you should beat the Bears by 30 points. Mm-hmm. So the fact that this was even a possession game and that they came storming back, this is what the Lions have done, though. They've let teams hang around. They go back to in Houston, when they came back in Houston didn't put them away. They let teams hang around. The Detroit Lions, to me, are not the killers that they need to be yet, right? They're not the team that they're dominant, right? They're 11-1 now.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
so I believe they're 11-1. They will definitely, I think, take home the 1 seed in the NFC. I think the Philadelphia Eagles will probably find that 2 seed.
I think so too. I hope
they sing in 2 seed in Philly. Okay, so I think they'll still win the NFC North. I think they'll be the 1 seed, but they don't have that just go out and stomp on the throat that I think Dan Campbell, I know, wants to.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's ever a guy to embody that kind of coaching mentality, it's Dan Campbell.
They stomp on the throat when they play these smaller teams, and then they play divisional opponents and anyone who's legitimate. And it's this
But is that a legitimate team, that Bears team?
Well, it's a divisional opponent, I'll say that much. And that was what I was harping on yesterday or 2 days ago when I was looking ahead to this game, was that sure, the Bears are not that great. The Bears are playing their best football right now. I think you saw that in the second half yesterday. Felt like the Bears should have won that game. They were driving on that the last drive before Eberflus failed to call a timeout when Caleb Williams was sacked. Yep. And I just don't know right now with this Lions, that Penei Sewell reverse play in the first quarter.
Yeah.
What are we doing here? Yeah. You know what I mean? It's all fun and games when you're up 3 or 4 possessions.
Exactly right.
But when you're playing that to me shows me that Dan Campbell was taking the Bears a little too lightly or something, playing with his food, trying to give the Thanksgiving crowd something to cheer about.
Yeah, literally.
Instead of just stomping on his opponent like we were talking about. So the Lions, I think my takeaways, they're not bulletproof. I've been saying that since the Texans game, the Vikings game. One of these days, someone's gonna come up and bite them.
Yeah.
And for the rest of their season, they're playing good opponents and divisional opponents.
Yep.
So I think the Lions are due to drop a couple games here. I know Shane O'Mac was saying, take the Lions to not lose a game rest of the season. I'm not buying it, Shane.
You're fading Shane O'Mac.
It's bold, a dangerous
strategy,
game to play.
Todd. Yeah.
Bold strategy to play without a doubt.
Yeah.
Anything else from these games? I mean, Giants, Cowboys, who the hell cares about? That was hard. That was a joke.
I tell you what, man. I saw, that's when I got home. So we were eating during the Bears game yesterday. Got back to see the second quarter of the Giants game. I turn the TV on. I sit down. First play, Drew Lock rolls out, tip, pass up in the air, pick 6. I'm like, all right, time for
anything else.
Time for a nap. It's just that's just terrible. Like I said, I continue. I've mentioned this a couple of times. I don't mean to beat a dead horse, but anytime I see it, I send it to all my Giants friends. And again, I even saw somebody who posted this on Twitter after the whole Saquon going nuts last week for how much, 302 rushing yards or whatever he did.
302 yards from scrimmage.
Total yards, whatever, regardless. More than the Giants had all game. And the one guy that's in that, did you watch that offseason Hard Knocks with the Giants?
No, I mean, I've seen some of the big clips.
Okay,
but
so there's one guy that talks about one of their, football higher ups, whatever. That's like Joe Shane, and they all kind of like laugh at him. You know what I mean? It's like, guy sees the writing on the wall, and everybody's, I think, too, I don't know, blinded or jaded to see it. And he's like, are we sure that no one's going to give Saquon this money? And everyone's like, oh, no,
he's a running back.
And then, again, they're like, somebody was like, pray for this man. Like, he knew it was coming the whole time. So I guess, again, I revel in that joy of like the arrogance of Brian Dable and Joe Shane being jobless. Maybe that's too cynical for, 820 on Black Friday. But hey, that's where I'm at right now. So yeah, the Giants stink. It actually makes me feel better as a Jets fan. So that's the end of that game. And then we go to the Sunday football. Keep saying Thursday Night Football out in Lambeau. I think it's an automatic L or automatic fade the Dolphins if it's below 50 degrees.
Well, I mean, I was doing some research on that, and I thought maybe it was a coincidence, right? Every time they play these cold games, they're playing against really good teams. So I was thinking like, okay, maybe it's just like a coincidence, right? That when they play in the cold, it's when they're playing their toughest opponents. I do think there is something to it, especially something to it to the fact that they looked great in the second half. That cold hit them like a ton of bricks in that first half. The whole team, top to bottom, because I'm thinking like some of these guys had to have grown up in the Northeast or something like that, right?
Not Tyreek and Tua.
Not Tyreek and Tua. And I guess you get used to that heat. Like it's tough, man. Last question I would say to you, do you think Caleb Williams is not getting enough credit right now? Everything's Jaden Daniels this, Bo Nix that. Caleb Williams has strung together now 3 consecutive very good games.
But did they win any of those games?
No, they did not.
Okay,
did not
until you start winning football games, I think the credit needs to be tempered for sure. I think Jaden Daniels has had games where he's looked, human over the past few weeks now too. I'm still curious. So you think now with Jaden Daniels losing that, I think we went over this on Monday, right? That he's still the favorite to win the Rookie of the Year?
Narrow favorite. So it's Bo Nix is right behind him, and then Brock Bowers is third. I wonder if Caleb Williams jumps Brock Bowers, though. I mean, depends on how. I mean, I love Bowers. I put $5 on him to win Rookie of the Year last week. And then he had a stinker.
$5?
Yeah, $5 whole.
That's a week worth lunch.
Well, that's I figured that's a week of allowance when you're 9 years old. I could sign up for that. I can make my bed for a Brock Bowers future.
Make your bed for Brock Bowers future. I like it.
But Brock Bowers does play today. We got Black Friday football today. Chiefs versus Raiders. Before we get into that game, I wanted to ask: do you like Black Friday football? Because top to bottom, there are 20 college football games there, something like that. There's one NFL game at 3.
Yep.
By the way, the promo for Black Friday football was terrible. The woman sounded like it was a secret. She's like, "Oh yeah, Black Friday football tomorrow on Amazon Prime." Did you catch that commercial?
No, I did not. I don't know if you're doing a good job of reenacting that either.
It was so quick. It was just in between the games yesterday. It was 10 seconds, and I was like, "By the way, Black Friday." I was like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
Well, this isn't the normal commercial.
Just so Hoff wants to know how many containers you took home yesterday.
2. Just 2, Hoff.
Hoff, we were all waiting. I was waiting for him to come in, with a storage unit ready to go and move.
Oh, no.
No, he did not. No. Everybody, like I said, I took home a bunch of food too. I going to that tryptophan. I tell you what, I like to nap before my night shows.
Oh, yeah?
Just a little turkey sandwich, and that'll knock me out like a baby today.
I'm thinking tryptophan is more of a myth. I know it's real, but I was like, oh, it's tryptophan that makes you so sleepy. No, it's 4 glasses of wine and stuffing your gullet. That's what makes you sleep.
All right. Guilty as charged. Do I like Black Friday football? Here's my thing with Black Friday football. So last year, if you remember, do you remember what last year's Black Friday game was?
No idea.
It was a sad, sad day at MetLife Stadium. The Jets and the fearless Tim Boyle played the Miami Dolphins. And if you can remember the Hail Mary at halftime, where they threw it up and they ran it back for a pick 6. So I was in lovely Rochester that day, and I don't remember much of that the rest of that evening. So
I was working the 97.5 the Fanatic board for that one.
Yeah. So that's what resonates here with me for Black Friday football. So honestly, this one is in Arrowhead today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which the Raiders always give the Chiefs fits.
I know.
So again, that should be a better game than Dolphins Jets with Tim Boyle. So
yeah, that was disgusting. The Dolphins Jets game was disgusting. I think I had the Jets in that one too.
Yeah. So hopefully,
I love pain.
Hopefully, yeah, me too. As our good friend James Winston would say, pain everywhere.
He's the man.
Yeah,
he's
he
the
is.
absolute man.
Oh my God, we gotta get James Winston on the show.
I would love it. Friend of the show, Jaboowitz.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, we got a good weekend of football coming up. I'm not really gonna focus on any of the college games today, and we'll briefly touch on that NFL game in just a moment. But last week of regular season football for the collegiate action, rivalry week as the kids call it. Really, just two games I wanted to highlight. South Carolina going to Clemson. Clemson is a 3-point favorite. Neither of these teams are technically in the college football playoff right now. However, this is a huge game in the sake of if any team currently in the college football playoff blows it, the winner of this game is probably in the college football playoff.
Right.
What's your take on this game? Regional battle? Any pick here?
Yeah, I watched South Carolina a lot this year. I've never, Clemson to me, the ACC is really two teams. It's Clemson and Miami.
No SMU love.
No SMU love. No love for the Stangs. No, I think that Clemson is played better. I still think that they play an SEC schedule. They're probably 4-4 in conference at best.
At best.
So I think again, I like South Carolina. I like South Carolina getting 3 on the road in Clemson this weekend.
I absolutely love South Carolina getting 3 on the road in Clemson this weekend. I got no respect. It's like
no respect.
I got no respect for Clemson. I mean, Dabo Swinney without Trevor Lawrence or Deshaun Watson is no better than Greg Schiano. Right?
Whoa. You watch my king right there.
That's what I'm saying. Dabo Swinney over here. We treat Dabo Swinney like he's the next coming of Christ over here in Clemson, and he's no better than Greg Schiano. No one cares about Greg Schiano other than you and me, I feel like sometimes.
Oh, come on now. That's crazy. Yes, no, but I agree with you. There's definitely some... It was a spoonful of reality when Dabo Swinney lost to Trevor Lawrence. You're like, oh, okay. Like, this guy is not just this genius, you know what I mean?
Right, that's what I mean. He's not a genius.
He's not a delicate genius, as George Costanza would say.
Delicate genius. I mean, look, this South Carolina schedule, their losses against Bama and Ole Miss. Those are their only 2 losses all season.
Right.
2 of the best teams in the country, I would say.
Right.
On the road, South Carolina has beat Oklahoma 35-9. Oklahoma just beat Alabama.
Yep.
They won at Kentucky 31-6, boo or whatever. They won at Vanderbilt 28-7, and they lost at Bama 27-25. I think Bama's a much better team than Clemson. They only lost that game by 2.
Yep.
Now Clemson, they've lost to Georgia at home, and they lost to Louisville at home. So Clemson has not defended their home court, their home field that well. Clemson's best win this season was at Pitt. Pitt is now on a 4-game losing streak.
Yeah, I love Pitt in that spot too. I remember that game specifically. I had Pitt, but yeah, that was tough.
I just don't think Clemson's all that great. They're in the 12th seed by default. Just give me South Carolina plus the 3. Other big game this weekend. Number 3 Texas are, I believe, at Texas A&M.
Okay.
Texas is a 5.5-point favorite. What do you think about this one? I mean, I think if Clemson loses this, are they out of the college football playoff as well?
Well, if Clemson, are you talking
Texas? If Texas loses this, are they out of the college football playoff? If
Texas loses this, because Texas lost to Georgia, they have another loss?
No, I think that's their lone loss.
No, I don't think they're out.
Okay.
No, I think they should win this game too. Texas A&M is good. Texas, to me, like I said, at the beginning of the season, I had 3 or 4 teams that I thought could win, Texas being one of them. I'm still an Ole Miss. I'm still pounding the table for Ole Miss.
I know you are.
Yeah. I thought Texas there. I didn't think Georgia. I think Carson Beck, like I said, without the cast of characters that Carson Beck had last year, I don't think they're nearly the same football team as they've proven not to be. So I do think Texas. I think Ohio State still has a shot. I thought Penn State for a while had a shot. And then really Oregon that have the chance at winning the college football national title. And I think it all comes down to who gets that Boise State team, though. Who gets Ashton Jeanty? But no, I think Texas will win this game on the road in Texas A&M. I think they probably cover the 5.5 as well.
Yeah, I'm not touching this game, to be completely honest with you. I think Texas A&M is better than a 20 ranking, but I never know. Texas is a team that I think could steamroll if you're not on. You know?
No, yeah, 100%.
They could put up a 40 spot on you.
And that's the thing with Texas offense. Again, they can score quick, and they can basically. I think defensively, their biggest problem is turning the football over. And over the past couple of weeks, they've done a significantly better job in doing that. I think the more time, Kyle Flood is the OC. Yes, he is. Former Rutgers head coach is the OC down there in Texas. So I think that's a team
that's wild.
Yeah, it is. It really is. I think that's a team that when they are moving and when they have the ball in their hands, they just keep getting better throughout the football game.
So who do you think right now, before we move on to the NFL and a quick college football pick?
Yeah.
Who do you think is the most overrated team in the whole college football playoff right now?
Well, Georgia's no longer in it, are they?
No, they are.
They are. So,
yes.
so just Georgia to me.
Okay.
100%.
Georgia's ranked 7th right now.
Georgia's 7th.
Georgia's the most overrated.
Yeah.
I think it's SMU. You kind of alluded to it. I don't think SMU belongs in it at all.
Run me down the full rankings
All
real
right.
quick.
Oregon 1, Ohio State 2, Texas 3, Penn State 4, Notre Dame 5, Miami 6, Georgia 7, Tennessee 8, SMU 9, Indiana 10, Boise State 11, and then from my understanding is it's technically Arizona State is your last team at 12, but they're ranked 16.
I didn't even think that. I might say Notre Dame.
Notre Dame at 5?
Notre Dame at 5 is high for me, man. If Notre Dame's sneaking in, they should be 10 or 11. They should not be 5. Yeah, that might be. I might have to go to South Bend right there.
Really?
Notre Dame, yeah.
I don't know.
This is like even before the college football playoff. When the college football playoffs began, when there was 4 teams, Notre Dame always pounded the table. They deserve to be in, and they've never done anything. They've never done anything.
It's the independent schedule.
It is, but again, it's crazy. It's absolutely insane. So I'll give you Notre Dame right there too. I think Miami at 6 is a little sneaky because again, I think Cam Ward is one of, if not the best quarterback in college football. So I think watch out for the Miami Hurricanes.
I like that. I like that Miami take. They are a little wonky, but if Cam Ward's on, it's hard to stop them. They can score. They can score as many points as they want. I feel like with this SMU team, what have they done for anyone?
Yeah,
their biggest wins are at Louisville, who is fine, and against Pitt at home, who now we're seeing is not that good.
Not that good, right?
They lost to BYU 18-15.
Who are the first 4 out of the college football playoff?
Let me see right here. First 4 out right now would be Clemson, Alabama, Ole Miss, and South Carolina. It looks like.
Yeah. See again, those over Notre Dame, SMU. Again, I know Alabama's been up and down. Alabama's to me better than both Notre Dame and SMU. As is Ole Miss. Like I said, give me Jackson Dart.
I would agree.
Give me Lane Kiffin. Give me the Running Rebels. I'm gonna they sneak in. You watch out. That's like my 11 seed. That's running the table to like the Elite 8.
Who are they playing this week? Do you know? I'm just wondering if there's any path for them to sneak in here. I think they're gonna need some help.
They will need help for sure.
But yeah, I would like to see it as well. Real quick,
they got Mississippi State today.
Oh, that's not going to do anything for them.
No,
I
that will
don't
not.
think. The old Egg Bowl, baby.
Yeah, 2-9 Mississippi State.
Nah, it's not going to do much for you.
It will not.
One quick pick for you. I'm not sure if this is today or not. I should have wrote that down. But nonetheless, Army. They are playing against University of Texas, San Antonio.
The Roadrunners.
Yes, sir. I was just about to ask. You know what they call Texas, San Antonio? The Roadrunners. Meet.
I saw that meet next to them. Of course, sir.
Now, it's funny, though, because for a team called the Roadrunners, they have gone on the road this season winless. 0-5 on the road are the aforementioned Roadrunners. Army, last week, they played Notre Dame, who we were just bashing. However, Army previously undefeated on the season. They got a shellacking from Notre Dame at Yankee Stadium. Now, take that game out of the equation. Every game before that hand, they were playing more realistic competition for them.
Right.
Notre Dame was a hefty step up for this Army team.
Yeah, and they got beat.
And they got beat down.
Yeah.
When they've been playing every other game against normal competition, their average margin of victory is just about 25 points.
Yep.
Now they're playing host against Texas San Antonio, tune-up game before the American Athletic Conference Championship, before the Army-Navy game, which, by the way, that's going to be awesome.
Yes.
This year. Probably one of the best Army-Navy games of all time.
And where is that this year? Is that the link?
Good question. I did not check.
The link or MetLife? So we got to find that out.
Okay. I like when it's also in Baltimore sometimes as well. But Army -7 against Texas San Antonio would be my play this weekend. UTSA, they're a fine team. They stink on the road. This is in West Point. I think the Army, not the midshipmen. It
is in Landover, Maryland this year.
Okay, I like it in Maryland.
Yep.
I think the Army, the Black Knights, are going to want to send them out with a big homecoming senior night kind of Big leave it all out there, -7 against Texas San Antonio.
Texas San Antonio, okay. So I like the Army laying the number there too. Like I said, again, a step up, like you said last week against Notre Dame, but I think they get back to business again. They've been a covering machine this year too.
Oh yeah,
they've been a covering machine. All right, so I know you didn't have this on the docket today, but I did want to touch on this.
Good morning, Mr. Buttersworth. That's all.
Oh, Buttersworth in the building. What up, Mr.? Oh, look at you, beautiful man there, Buttersworth. But it was a feast week in college basketball this week.
Yeah.
So a couple headlines I want to touch on.
Good morning, Rob. Sorry.
The first one, Rob Shear. Morning. Happy Thanksgiving, Rob. Hope you guys had a good time yesterday. Am I frozen on my screen? Everybody else is good? Oh, maybe it's just me.
I was frozen, but we're good. We'll roll through. Oh,
okay.
Hey. There we go.
All right, my time.
You're saying feast week.
Yes, feast week. So a couple big storylines. Maui Invitational. Unbelievable basketball games, right? But there's a team that was the defending national champions.
2-time.
That went 0-3.
0-3, man.
In Maui. Danny Hurley.
It's bad.
What is your take on the Danny Hurley saga?
Oh, buddy, my take is it's falling apart at the seams.
Is it really?
Yes.
Okay. Are you? Because I have some friends that went to UConn. You are gorging yourself on.
Did you see, real quick, I want to get up to what you were going to ask. Did you see his reaction? He is a toddler. And when you're winning, it's awesome.
When you're winning, it's
fierce.
the passion.
But when you're losing, he fell to the ground on the over the back call. And don't get me wrong, it was a game losing call from the official. Danny Hurley puts his hands on his head, drops to his knees, and falls face down on the court in Maui like he was shot.
Yeah,
like he was shot dead. And then got teed up, and then his team loses the game. He got teed up twice to lose his team games this tournament.
Yep.
The UConn is not that good. That's the bottom line. Their roster is not that good. And when you have guys who are these fierce alpha NBA players matched with this psycho coach, I think it really starts to fall apart even more, Connie.
Yeah, I was, again, it was shocking. The level of, they didn't just get beat. They lost to Davidson by 25 points. Dayton. Dayton. It was games that they were not competitive in.
I know.
And again, the more and more, like I said, Danny Hurley, a Jersey guy. Again, obviously the legend, Bob Hurley, a coach at St. Anthony's High School. Like I said, he's a well-known figure in college basketball. You think on that plane ride home, right? That's how long is that plane ride? I mean, obviously,
happy Thanksgiving, boys. I bet you're happy you committed to UConn.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. That plane ride probably goes to Maui, I would guess, to LA, and then LA back to Stores, Connecticut.
That's a long couple of days.
Do you think Danny Hurley was like calling up Rob Pelinka and be like, "Hey, is that Laker job still available?" I mean, right now, hindsight's 2020. If Danny Hurley knew that was going to be the results of his, major first week, I think Danny Hurley's in LA right now, Coach LeBron.
Maybe.
Yeah, because that was stunning. I really will say that. I think that was the biggest. Like I said, there was a ton of great basketball games. Yes. And what I'll get to right now is what I know I'm passionate about. I know you are too. But yeah, UConn. Right now, I mean, of course, they're 4-3. You know what I mean? They still have a lot of work to do. The Big East is good. Marquette's legit. I think Creighton's very good. Yeah. Shocking. Shaka Smart. Hey-o. I like that. Hey, yo, nice play. I do think that the UConn has some major work to do if they're going to be even in the tournament this year.
Yeah, I think they get into the tournament.
Right.
I think they, this is not the national champion team. They were ranked based on name, brand, and nothing else, really.
You know what I mean? And so I will say one more thing about the Danny Hurley thing. I've known that he's had donors that want to watch him practice because it's it's like basically Bob Knight. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Danny Hurley is the Bob Knight of this
that.
era of college basketball. And he's basically not gun shy to say, I'm not going to change my practice no matter who's in the room too. Does anybody from UConn, athletic director-wise, anybody stop and say, hey, we get your passion. That was an embarrassment to the university. Do they have the stones to say that to Danny Hurley?
And even should they? I don't think they should yet.
Okay.
I think when you win 2 in a row and you rebuild a program, let's face it.
Tough to tell
they were at the top,
and that chose to come back and stay with you for a long time.
Yeah. I think he has a little more give. You start doing that in Big East play, you start doing that on your home gymnasium.
Yeah.
Then that's when you come in and say, what's going on?
Right.
But for now, you might get a little, hey, Dan, little concern from what I saw the other day watching that in Maui, all right?
Yeah.
Not like a whole big,
not like a whole sit down.
Yeah. And he'll be like, oh, understood. We'll get it together. All right?
There you go. Or we might just tell him, F off. Let me coach my team. So now, secondly, amongst the several different tournaments there was the Players Era, the debut tournament in Las Vegas, where there was a lot of top 25 teams in action, most notably Houston, Alabama.
Yes.
And then there was a team from Piscataway, New Jersey there.
Yes, sir.
The Rutgers Scarlet Knights win a thriller in overtime, night one against the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, avenging a loss in the first four a few years back. That was back in Dayton, Ohio, with the trio of Ron Harper Jr., Caleb McConnell, and Geo Baker.
Oh, yeah.
And so the Harper younger brother, Dylan Harper, avenges the loss, goes off, I think, for 36 in that one.
It's crazy.
And then comes back the next night. And I will say it like this. Again, I've been passionate about Rutgers athletics since as long as I can remember. That was as much fun watching a college basketball game, a Rutgers college basketball game specifically, as I remember having. They lose the game by 5, but Dylan Harper right now should be the number 1 overall pick. And I again, Cooper Flagg, you can say this about him. He's probably maybe has more potential. Dylan Harper is the most ready NBA player in college basketball right now.
Connie, they tried to laugh me off the show when I said this on, Wednesday? Everyone was saying, Rutgers ain't covering 11 and a half.
Yeah,
what are you talking about? Oh, my goodness. And I said Dylan Harper is the best guard in the country.
Yeah.
And I had Aaron over there saying, what? No, LJ Cryer wants a word and all of this.
Yeah.
Fellas, ladies, gentlemen, Rutgers, this ain't your uncle's Rutgers team.
That's
all
right.
This is legit. This is legit. And they did lose the game, but they were every bit as in this with one of the best teams.
One of the best teams in the country, like I said, Alabama, Marcus Sears, guy that has played, how many college basketball games, and it was running around like, who are these guys?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So a lot of really, really exciting stuff. Again, if you're a Rutgers fan, I know you and I are, that team is like, you're just going to have to savor it. Because that it's one and done. You know what I mean? I think Bailey would benefit from a second year.
Yeah.
I think, again, he struggles a little bit getting his own shot against major competition, but you see when he's in space and in stuff like that, he's an unbelievable touch around the rim and a pretty good jump shot. But again, like I said, Dylan Harper was unbelievably. What's going on, Mike Monday? So much knowledge contained these. Oh my goodness, Mike. Yes, indeed. We love talking about it, baby.
What's up, Mike Monday?
Good to
Appreciate it. Real quick, let's take like a mini halftime here, Connie, because it's not a normal halftime. I just kind of wanted to bring the story up. Did you see the Shohei Ohtani news that came out yesterday?
I don't think I did. What was that?
Oh boy, the Ipe story goes one level deeper.
Oh my God.
This time, it's not gambling. Do you have any guess what it is now?
I see it listed there as card story.
$325,000 worth of baseball cards Ipe has taken from Shohei Ohtani and his name. Apparently, Ohtani petitioned a judge this week for ownership of $325,000 worth of baseball cards fraudulently purchased by Ipe. This came from a couple things. One, personal Ohtani signed memorabilia.
Okay.
He stole some of that. And also with the accounts that he used to gamble, he was getting into breaks.
Damn.
Ipe was getting into breaks.
Ipe, friend of the show.
With Shohei Ohtani's card to the tune of $325,000 between eBay and that other app.
Oh, no way.
Yes, sir. This came out the last couple of days, so I guess Ohtani, gambling scandal comes out.
Bernstein says allegedly.
Allegedly.
That's right.
Allegedly. It was Ipe. So apparently, the gambling scandal comes out first week of the baseball season, pretty much.
Oh my God! I remember that's what they were in. South Korea playing that game against the Padres. Yeah.
It wasn't Ohtani. So my theory on this is that Ohtani, being a hard worker, being freaking let me win an MVP, set records, win a World Series. Season ends. He's looking around and he's like, where's all my crap?
Yeah.
Like, where'd all my
He's like Will Smith and the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air looking around the empty house.
Yeah. Where is everything? Starts doing a little more deep thing. He's like, what is this app? What is this eBay purchases? You know what I mean? Like, what app are you not mentioning on the name of? Not mentioning it, Bernie. All right? Not mentioning it.
Names.
The article did name the names of the specific app, and I was like, oh my God. Shohei Ohtani, his credit card. You might have, Ipe might have bought with you, Connie.
Yeah, listen
it's
again.
kind of crazy, actually.
Listen, we don't condone, fraud, but hey, listen. It can close out. If eBay's closing out a break, what am I going to do?
Dude, he probably
what am I going to say? No.
I would love for them to name the username that Ipe was operating under.
Well, because you do. I won't even get into that, but yeah, that's wild.
Let's see. In court filings, he forfeited collectible sports cards found in silver and black Monopoly case, collectible sports found like box containing collectible sports cards, card wrap device, plastic card protector holders. Like all these things are labeled, and I guess $325,000 worth that belong to Ohtani. Oh boy, we have a question from Sammy K. A 2022 Prism rookie Sky Moore gold card, would it be worth grading? The question is Sky Moore worth anything?
Yeah.
Sammy K.
Probably not.
And unfortunately, I would say no
K
to that one,
yeah.
Sammy. They hate to be the bearer of bad news.
Yeah, unless you know Sky Moore personally,
yeah.
He might be the only one looking for that one.
I was with you too, Sammy. I thought Sky was going to be something special, but
Baker's story is still better. Oh, the Baker story about suing his dad and brother.
What's that?
Did you? Oh my goodness, yeah. So again, I saw this come out. So I got a text from one of my friends the other day because he's like, "You're in Tampa. Did you see this story?" He texted to me, and I was a little bit taken back because I read the headline. I'm like, "There's no way this is possible." And have you ever been duped by one of your friends that if you click on a news link that it takes you somewhere else?
Sure.
To a specific image. Okay. So that's what I thought. I thought that's what was going on here. So I didn't click on it. And then I come across, I see it on Twitter again. I go, no way. So Baker Mayfield is suing his own father and brother for alleged misuse of funds in his name from 2018 to 2021. Allegedly sold $12.5 million of his to cover expenses of theirs. So Baker Mayfield, bad blood at the Thanksgiving table at the Mayfield household this week.
Wait, what? $12.5 million for what? They just stole it from him?
It said covering expenses. And unfortunately, Bercy, I appreciate it. If you have any other detail on that, you can certainly chime in. I didn't read the full headline, but that's the gist of it I got on Twitter. My 10 seconds of news tip. Yeah, craziness.
He's going to have to pull in Aaron Rodgers now and just disown his family.
Yeah,
honestly,
right.
now it makes me think about Rodgers.
Yeah, you got to feel for Aaron.
I do. Really feel bad for him. Not. I do love Rodgers, though.
Yeah.
All right. On that note, let's look ahead. Football time, baby. It's Friday. Everyone's home. Everyone's still probably having turkey leftovers. We're watching football in the NFL. No one's going to the malls today unless you're a psycho. I mean, more power to you. Take advantage of the deals, but come on now. Games of the week this weekend, Connie. Let's start with the 3 biggest games in the week, and then we can just go from there, whatever you want to touch on. Number 1 game of the week, it's no doubt. It's my Birds. It's the other Birds in Baltimore. Eagles at Ravens. I believe the number is hovering around 3. It's 2.5. But just from an NFL standpoint, what are your thoughts on this game? Who are you giving the edge to? Is this a big story for MVP/Offensive Player of the Year as well?
To me, it's more about who are the Ravens. To me, it's the Eagles, again, I think, are putting it all together at the right time, and they look fantastic. The Ravens have been sputtering. To me, it's been their tires. I don't know. I don't know who the Baltimore Ravens are because when offensively, when Lamar's great, when Derrick Henry, Zay Flowers, I think is broken out big time. Thought Rashad Bateman's had a pretty good year, but then again, they just go and they go for gaps where they just seem lost on.
They're not cohesive.
Cohesive was exactly the word I was looking for. They just seem like they don't know exactly who should be taking the reins, if you will. Should they be pounding Derrick Henry? Should they be letting Lamar off the leash and letting him just go out in space and create? So again, to me, it's this weekend against a formidable opponent, against a playoff team. Who are the Ravens? And again, if they can't figure that out, I think they're in trouble for the rest of the year.
Does it surprise you that the Ravens are favorites, or do you think that's about right?
No, that does surprise me a little bit. Again, it's what you said 3. So basically,
it's 3, 2.5.
So essentially, on a neutral field, it's a pick'em. Yeah, to me, I definitely wouldn't lay the number. I think to me, it's a money line spot if you're gonna do whatever you decide you like better. So I'd probably take the Eagles, but again, I could certainly see the Ravens winning by a field goal. I probably wouldn't bet that game, but like I said, to me, it's more so this is a study up week for me, right? I'm not going to bet that, but I need to sit down and I need to watch that football game, even if I don't have any coin on the game. That. I need to know who the Ravens are.
That was me with the Chargers-Ravens game this Monday night, and honestly, it told me more about the Chargers than it did the Ravens. So I think you're on there. Bernie makes a good point. Says trading for Deontay Johnson just to not utilize him was certainly a choice. I'm with you, Bernie. I thought it was a great trade when that first happened with the Ravens. I was like, Flowers is doing well, Bateman's doing well. Now you had Deontay Johnson.
Right.
You're finally giving Lamar a legitimate wide receiver core. and he's been a zero. I mean, Deontay Johnson's been a zero since he's come over there.
Deontay Johnson or Jahan Dotson? Who would you rather have?
Oh, Deontay Johnson for damn sure. Talk about a zero. Trading a third-round pick for Jahan Dotson? Looking pretty stupid right about now, but it's a good point, Bernie. I'm feeling good about the Eagles. I think they win this game, to be honest with you, which is scary for me to say, being anti-Eagles all season, or at least not totally believing in them.
Yeah.
I just think it's the, an unstoppable force meets an immovable object kind of game between the Ravens' rush defense and Saquon Barkley.
Right.
But they set his. Did you see what they set Saquon's number at?
No. What is it?
What would you guess it is? Because I was curious. I thought it was going to be even higher.
Every time that, again, we were talking about Chani mentioned this the other day. Rothschild, I think, was like, I couldn't bet Barkley's total last week was 93.5. I'm like, why? What does give you any indication that he's not going to break that number?
Well, but I would agree with
I would say
him.
anything under 100 for Saquon Barkley, I'm taking the over.
It's 93.5 again.
Is it really?
93.5. I thought it was going to be higher. I can't believe that, whatever they put it at, I feel like he's just going to keep rolling and rolling. So I'm not going to touch it because the Ravens defense is good.
Yeah.
But still, I just was curious. I think it's fun to look at now, what's Saquon's over-under. The other game that I think is fun this week, because it's two teams that I really don't think are that good, that are currently in position to make the playoffs. Chargers versus the Falcons. Falcons, I believe, are 1-point favorites. It's a 1-point spread either way.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Chargers-Falcons here?
Both have miserable defenses. Again, even with the Falcons, to me, I have no idea. Kirk Cousins is just your total just mundane. There's nothing that excites me about that Falcons team.
No.
And it was so
Bijan Robinson.
But again, even that, they don't I thought this Falcons team would be running and gunning, putting up 40 points a game.
No.
With Drake London, Kyle Pitts, they have weapons. Darnell Mooney's had a phenomenal year. And it's just what happens in Atlanta? I don't get it. I haven't gotten it. Again, I said what was it? Arthur Smith was the issue.
Yes.
It really hasn't.
The Arthur Smith stinks still lingering, man.
Yeah,
that guy doesn't smell good.
Yeah, he does not onions.
Yeah.
Arthur Smith looks like onions everywhere.
There's some linger. There's some Smith linger around
there's
there.
Some Smith linger.
I want to take the Chargers, but I can't explain it.
No,
That's the thing, though.
I would take the Chargers right there. Like I said, I don't know. To me, the Falcons, the Chargers excite me more, and they have less weapons, I feel like.
Yes, exactly. That's why I just did a whole thing on Tuesday about how horrible the Chargers are, and now I'm turning around on Friday saying, give me the Chargers. Don't ask me to explain
I'll
it.
take them right there.
Yeah, there you go. So I mean, it's just the Falcons. I really do think there's some Arthur Smith stank. Kirk Cousins mediocre, and you're a couple Younghoe Koo kicks away from being like a 3-18.
Younghoe Koo, baby.
Never mind. There's a joke there, but I can't make that one.
Yep.
All right, 49ers versus Bills, probably the last big game of the week, which is silly to say. It's a 7-point spread.
Yeah.
49ers last grasp. It sounds like Brock Purdy's going to play. Sounds like Nick Bosa's going to play.
Yeah.
What are we getting from them? I don't know. What's your final take on this game? I believe it's Sunday Night Football.
This is a game where, again, everything's trending for the Bills. This should be a big win for the Bills in Buffalo. Give me the Niners getting 7. This is the classic. The Bills fans in Orchard Park. Every year they can't win the big one. Give me the Niners. Hey, I know, to much of the disgust of our producer Ben. Give me the Niners here. This is the classic. They don't know what they're doing. Wait,
what is Ben saying? What is Ben yelling about for?
No, he wants me to take the points with the Bills. I can't do it. Won't do it.
It's funny because this is actually, I'm the complete opposite here, Connie. I will always fade the Bills any chance I can get. I love the Bills this weekend. I think this is a spot for them off the bye. You have a reeling 49ers team right now with, if Brock Purdy plays, he's playing very hurt. CMC, he has not looked the same this whole season. This is a Niners team that I think Fred Warner, I don't know if you saw that news. Fred Warner's playing with a fracture.
Yeah, which is crazy too. I did see that story. I thought you had to disclose injuries in the NFL, and the 49ers have done it multiple times haven't done it multiple times. So yeah, that's really irking me too. Like I said, it just seems like there's different rules, different strokes for different folks in the NFL. Kyle Shanahan seems like he can just get around it and there's nothing. If that was the Jets, you know what I mean? If Sauce Gardner had a runny nose at practice, the Jets would be getting fined if they didn't tell somebody about it. So yeah.
No, you're damn right. But I mean, the facts are the 49ers are reeling. And I've been taking the Niners, or at least I've been like, they got to get better at some point, right? This is the week where I'm like, nah. Buffalo, it's going to be snowing. It's going to be disgusting out.
Yeah.
They're coming off the bye. This is the leave no doubt kind of game and prove that they are the front runners in the AFC. So, Connie, moving off of that, those are the big games this weekend.
Yep.
You got any bets this weekend? Any games that you're all over aside from the big games we just touched on?
So yeah, like I said, I am going to take the Niners, getting the 7, a full touchdown. Like I said, even with being banged up and stuff like this, Sunday Night Football, if they have any chance, they have to win this week. So I think it's full desperation mode. I think the Bills are a little bit comfortable. Like I said, give me the Niners right there. And I like that Saquon Barkley prop. I will take that Saquon Barkley. Give me the over until he proves me otherwise. Give me the over. Keep feeding the man.
All right, I got a bet here. I got a play here that I need to get Colin's reaction on because he's going to tell me to run for the hills.
Yep.
Give me the Jets. Give me the Jets plus the 1.5.
I can't even believe you had that on the docket. Yeah.
And you want to know why I'm taking the Jets?
Yeah, why?
Because the line is telling you to take the Jets, Conlon.
Is it?
I was looking at this one, and I'm like looking at matchups, scrolling through. I'm like, oh, Seahawks, Jets. I'll probably take the Seahawks. What's the line on this? Are the Seahawks, 5-point favorites, 4-point favorites? Seahawks are 1-point favorites. Seahawks are 1.5-point favorites.
Yeah, I mean, again.
Why? Why are the Seahawks 1.5-point favorites, Conlon?
You're telling me cross-country flight, Geno Smith return game. I don't know. To me, don't even think twice about it. Take the Seahawks. Again, the Jets, every week the Jets are telling take the Cardinals. Take the Jets against the Cardinals. Blah, blah, blah. Take the Colts. They couldn't lose to the Colts. They can lose to anybody. We could get the West Chase Colts, the 6U champs, fly them up to Florham Park, fly them up to MetLife Stadium, and there would be a game. It would be a game the Jets would have no idea. They'd play that amoeba defense, and Aaron Rodgers would have no idea what's going on.
That's the point, though, Connie.
No.
They could lose to the West Chase Colts.
No.
They could beat the Chiefs at this point.
No.
The Jets are the ultimate wild card.
No.
Vegas is telling you the Jets are going to win this game. They're going to take so much money on the Seahawks this week. The Seahawks, who I think, by the way, are not that good. I don't think the Jets are any good either.
No.
Aaron Rodgers.
Really?
Aaron Rodgers is telling everybody he hates playing for the Jets.
Yes.
He's going to roll out of bed, still, tripping off last night's ayahuasca, and he's going to start doing some sidearm tosses through the middle linebackers here, going to Garrett Wilson.
Just floating in the air.
Oh my God, it's going to be like the Doc Ellis no-hitter. He's just going to be like, he doesn't know what's going on, and you're going to see the best version of the Jets this game. It makes no sense, Conlon. No. I cannot bring any logic to this pick.
No.
It makes no sense. I'm
You've
taking the Jets.
Quite mad.
I'm sipping whatever Aaron Rodgers is having. You got anything else this week, Connie?
No, that's it for the NFL for me. It's college basketball season.
All right.
I am in full college basketball mode.
I'm going to take the Steelers-Bengals over in this game. This is a game that I think is going to be very fun. Bengals, I don't think they are going to make the playoffs, but I think this is obviously it for them. The Dolphins losing last night made it a little easier for the Bengals. They got to win out pretty much.
Yeah.
But to me, this is Bengals over has hit, and they're 8-3 on this over. This is a game to me where the Bengals, they can't stop a nosebleed.
Yep.
I think the Steelers are going to be able to score, and as good as that Steelers defense is,
Yep.
Joe Burrow has looked unstoppable this season.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be like a pick your number kind of game for the Bengals. The question comes, are they going to be able to stop the Steelers? So while I do respect that Steelers defense, they're reeling a little bit. I don't want to have a side in this game. I'm going to take the over 47.5 in the Bengals game. I already mentioned it, though. Eagles plus the 3. I like that a lot. I think that defense is going to be a little too much to handle for the Ravens in their pass game. Derrick Henry will get his.
ZK, welcome on in. Oh, man, I hope you likewise, ZK. Appreciate you stopping on in, guys. And I do just want to say this real quick. As like we said, Thanksgiving. Oh, seriously, you taking anything of value in a wagering on the Jets?
I know, Bernie.
Listen, with you, Bern. With you 100%. Like I said, as a loyal Jets fan, and they've just done, they've done me dirty too many times.
I know.
I won't take it, I won't stand for it, to be quite frank with you. Guys, just a quick reminder here. As we transition from Talkin Slab into our day show, with you and who we got today?
We got Kreger, I believe.
Kreger makes his return to the show. Good to see him. We will be having 20% off personals chat. These are the list of personals that you're going to be getting 20% off in the store today here at Suncoast Sports. It is 2024 Stadium Club, 2024 Bowman Chrome, another great product, 2024 5-Star, 2024 Tier 1, 2024 Logo Fractor, 24 Bowman Flagship, 24 Cosmic, and 24 Topps Holiday Mega Boxes. All at 20% off. As soon as that boys go live, you chime in and ask them what they got. Man. Only while supplies last, chat. Only while supplies last. So get in, get your discount deals. You don't have to leave the couch. Avoid the do people go Black Friday shopping in person anymore?
No, they don't. Like, my sisters might just for the fun, just for the laughs. But, like...
Is that fun, though? Like, when I was, like, in high school, I liked going with, like, my sister when I was, like, 13, 14. Like, hey, Mom, can you drop us at the mall at 6 a.m.? Go get a nice Gloria Jeans coffee, 700 milligrams of sugar.
There you go.
Be wired up there like, oh, I'm getting this polo coat.
Yeah.
Walking around
But
town.
that's exactly who's going. Other than that, I went once, I didn't get anything, of course.
No,
but
no, of course not.
But, like, you
crazy.
just go. You see people. It's a good people-watching event more than it is an actual shopping event. Remember growing up, people were dying at Black Friday.
Dude, I used to watch True TV all the time, like the 50 worst Black Friday events. And, like, the people getting trampled to death for, like, the PlayStation 2.
It's ridiculous. Just to play Jack X Combat Racing or something like that. Like, it's crazy to me, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's only $100. Like, it's TVs now. They were like $1,500 for like a 40-inch plasma screen. Like,
yeah, right.
That was your big Black Friday deal. Now you got to pay someone to take it from your house in Facebook Marketplace. You have to pay Omar $20 to take it from you. It's ridiculous.
Omar coming, yo. All right.
But nevertheless, happy Black Friday, everyone. And Connie, that does actually bring me into my quick top 5 today.
Top 5 at 5. Let's go.
The top 5 non-holidays. The top 5 days that get their own name that aren't actually holidays. Black Friday being one of them.
Okay.
We'll start with number 5. That's Leap Day. It only comes once every 4 years, so good old February 29th. Nothing ever happens on Leap Day.
No.
But it's always so fun to be, you go to work, you're at school or whatever, it's like, it's Leap Day. You know what I mean? Everyone's kind of like...
Have you ever known anybody that's birthday was February 29th?
Not personally, no.
So I had a kid in school, it was February 29th, and I'm like, oh, what are you this year, 8 years old?
Happy 4th birthday, pal.
Yeah, there he is. Kid's a loser. No,
When do you celebrate your birthday if your birthday's on the Leap Day?
Yes, the 28th. See, my dad's March 1st, right? And I thought that would have been cool, but my dad's a legitimate March 1st birthday. I think you did the 28th. Or do you take the first? Do you take the extra day?
I would go first.
Take the first.
Yeah. Because on the 28th, I would be walking around like with a little extra swag. I'm like, oh, it's pretty much my birthday. You almost have like 1.5 birthdays.
Yeah, okay.
All
right.
But then I'd like to prolong it. Go first.
When Cabbage Patch Kids came out, Buttersworth says Black Friday was nuts.
Oh,
we
man.
need like a resurgence of a big toy. That's like, you know how like things are now, like movies are like only in theaters.
Yeah.
Like only in retail stores Black Friday. You can't get it on the internet.
Ooh.
Would that give Black Friday the juice it needs back? Mm-hmm. It would, right? So. It would.
But it'll give too much juice. You know how people are these days.
Like Tops Now, cards.
You've seen those videos of like the Ray Dunn products at Marshall's or something like that?
No idea what that is.
All right, they're like this weird like. It's like a kind of like home good that like 55-year-old white women go crazy for.
Okay.
And they put them out.
Specific.
They put them out. I mean, come on, that's the target demographic for like a lot of these products.
55 is a little high, but okay.
Empty nesters.
Yeah,
empty nesters with disposable income. They wake up at 6 a.m. and it's like a mob scene. You can look up RAEDUNN.
Tickle Me Elmo too. Another great one.
Tickle Me
CJ
Elmo.
cut.
Great shout, CJ.
Yeah, great shout indeed.
I'm trying to think.
We need one like
Baby Alive.
Like the debut patch of Paul Skeens is somewhere like in a top store. Like on Black Friday. Just you find it's yours.
I like that. I like that.
House.
I hate that also. This scares me, man.
Yeah.
People would die.
People would die, 100%.
Number 4.
If they die, they die.
It's about Black Friday. It's Drago talking about Black Friday.
Yeah, exactly.
New Year's Day is number 4. New Year's Day kind of stinks, honestly. Like it's just every day is rainy for some reason. Every New Year's Day memory I have is dark rain.
New Year's Day is absolutely a holiday.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
New Year's Eve is a holiday.
No.
New Year's Eve is a holiday.
Other way around, Chief.
Dude, New Year's Day, you just sit around.
Are you
ever done anything on New Year's Day?
What's considered a government holiday, or are you just saying a holiday in your own mind?
These are the top 5 non-holidays in my own mind.
In your own mind, I was just gonna say because that is 1,000% a holiday. New Year's Eve is not a holiday.
New Year's Eve is 1,000% a holiday. New Year's Day is just a day. I've never done anything on New Year's Day in my life.
Yeah.
New Year's Day is the day you sit around and watch the Fiesta Bowl.
Yeah.
And like eat some queso dip.
Yeah.
You know, like
Rose
woohoo.
Bowl. Yeah,
New Year's Eve is like that's a day.
It's party time.
That's a party. That's you see the loved ones old lang syne. You know, like. New Year's Day is just like, I'm hungover. Let me watch the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, let me watch Penn State play USC. Yeah.
Eat Chinese food in queso dip with my dad, which honestly is
Chinese
now that I'm saying
food.
that.
I used to have pork roast at my grandma's.
Well, see, being half Jewish, half Christmas celebrating.
Yep.
The Jewish tradition is the Chinese food on Christmas, but we actually celebrate Christmas. So it's kind of like, all right, you still got to honor that Jewish
we got to
tradition.
get that Chinese food at some point.
Yeah, exactly.
We got to keep these people in business.
Exactly. So that's New Year's Day with the. So for me, it's good, but it's not a holiday. Number 3 is Black Friday. I mean, it's just like everyone loses their mind.
Is Black Friday, so I'm trying to think. I guess this is only America because Thanksgiving is only celebrated in America, which it always blows my mind. You know what I mean? Like, again, everybody else is like, what are these people doing?
Like I saw someone posting their story. They were in England yesterday. I'm like, that stinks.
Yeah.
Like, come on. It's like the one day you shouldn't be in England. I'm a big England guy.
Like, that's
July 4th at Thanksgiving.
Right.
Don't be in England.
Like, don't be in England.
All right?
Just don't. All right, go ahead.
No, number 3 is Black Friday. I mean, it's just a classic. It's just like, I associate this with waking up at my cousin's house. We were playing Call of Duty all night the night before and stuff like that. Like, there's a nice nothingness of Black Friday.
See, like, that's what I was just going to say. Black Friday, you wake up, you're like, all right, I still got the weekend too.
Yeah.
New Year's Day, it's like normally Sunday, you're like, oh, dude, it's
man,
over.
I can't believe I'm going
Winter
back to
break
work.
is over. Yeah. Your school, you're like, oh my God, that son of
I did no
She
homework.
did give me homework.
Yeah.
That bitch. So, yeah. So, it feels like Sunday day, but it's not Sunday day, CJ. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of Black Friday.
That's why it's number 3.
Right.
Because it's like, oh my God, now there was not Black Friday games growing up, right? We did not play NFL football on Friday.
Yeah. There's college football. Johnny in the building.
What's going on, Johnny? Happy Black Friday to you. See, this is what I'm talking about, though. Johnny, who's always up early, now it's Black Friday.
My goodness.
He's waking up at 9 today.
Yeah, I know.
It's a brilliant holiday.
Yeah,
Number
exactly.
2, this is a personal one of mine. It's Pi Day. I love Pi Day.
March 14th.
March 14th, baby. One of my best friends, his parents got divorced on Pi Day. So every day on Pi Day, he said it's like a legend of all my friends, is that Pi Day now is associated with Ian's parents getting divorced. And he always sends a message.
Terrible.
We all have to send a message in the group chat every single year like, hey pal, thinking about you, man. Happy Pi Day. Let's make this one a good one. So like every year for me personally, we have always done something on Pi Day for Ian. Like it's become a legend. And then there's always pizza deals every Pi Day, man. You got the Blaze Pizza app. $3.14 pizza everywhere.
Uh-oh.
You know I love myself a deal.
That's why you love it. Yeah,
Pi Day, man.
Yeah, man.
That was always fun,
Hey, listen,
dude.
your parents, live in separate states right now and don't talk, but hey, how about this pizza?
That's what I mean, man. That's what I mean. Let's go play some basketball, buddy. We'll buy you a pizza.
Yeah,
it's all good.
cool.
It's just, it gets funnier the older it gets with age because you should be over it. We always, you shouldn't be over it.
Yeah,
But you know what I mean? It's like, it's the same. He still carries that like 11-year-old like depression with him from the divorce.
So hold on. Now I need to know more about your divorced friend's parents. Was it the divorce was finalized, signed the paper, or
he was sat down for a talk on Pi Day?
Jesus.
Oh, dude, it's a legendary story. I mean, it's very sad, but this to me, Pi Day is a very special day with me and my friends. I hear Pi Day and it's like, oh, all right, let's talk to Ian.
All right, what's it? 14
Yeah. Let's take Ian to Five Guys and play some hoops with them.
Special day, Johnny says. All right, and that was number 2.
Number 1. Boxing Day. What's better than Boxing Day, man?
I can think of a million things. I don't think that's a day that's only a holiday on your iPhone. That's the only.
It's a British holiday for the most part.
I thought it was Canadian.
Oh, you know what? I don't know. I think it's a British holiday.
Yeah. No, I think isn't it Canada?
What's that?
Yeah, and how Craig? Yeah, Canada. I think it's CJ's right. Craig also said Super Bowl Sunday. How did you leave Super Bowl Sunday off the list?
Sure, because that's Super Bowl Sunday. You know what I mean? Like that's just like
no, I don't know what you mean.
These have to be days where there's no basis other than what your calendar says. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like Earth Day didn't count because I think Earth Day's a real day. You know what I mean? These are let me go past my list.
Canadian holiday, Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday?
Yeah.
I guess New Year's Day was the one that I'm wrong, but I'm a big believer that New Year's Eve is the holiday. New Year's Day is just another, start.
Yeah, you're gonna take the L on that one.
But Boxing Day, man, Boxing Day is the number 1 because growing up, this was the day you played with the toys. Christmas, it was very exciting to get to open up the new presents.
Right.
But after, you open up those new presents, we all piled in the car and went to grandma's all day.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't meet up with the boys until the next day.
Exactly. Boxing Day was the day that, oh my God, I just got the new Madden, or I just got the new video game, or I don't know. That's all I wanted was video games, honestly, growing up. But I mean, for anyone else who got outside into normal things, you got to play with your toys, you got to hang out with your friends, and then you still had the rest of, then, I don't have to go back to work. I don't have to go back to school.
Yeah.
It keeps rolling. We got New Year's rolling. There's usually, some sports on TV that day, too.
Right.
So Boxing Day, man, that's the day after Christmas is always one of my favorite days.
Because now there's Christmas football now, right?
Yeah.
No matter what the day. Is the NFL doing too much?
I'm glad you asked this.
Are they
I wanted to get to
intruding
this.
on your holidays?
So,
but again, as much I love football more than anything, right? Is it because we like football because we only get so much of it that we cherish it and now it's being overproduced?
my take on this is that it depends on your personal life situation.
Well,
if I was
very deep.
if I was like a father of 3 and was going to the in-laws' house and all that, I would not be happy there's Christmas football.
You would not? Wouldn't that give you an excuse to just not talk to anybody?
But that's what I mean. I'm a family man. I want to talk to everybody. I want to see the family and all that.
You were holding court yesterday.
Oh, no. I was not holding court, by the way. You have a guilty conscience because I didn't mean anything by that. I really was like, no, I mean, of course, if I would go home if I could. I got Talkin Slab.
That Jorge Barosa's laying in the back of your head.
No, the Jorge Barosa. I don't know what you're talking about. But to answer your question about the Christmas football, like, for me, I want to watch football. I don't have kids of my own that I want to spend quality time with. Right. But I do think if I had, my own kids and stuff like that, I would want to, because like I'm locked into football. I'm locked into my $20 wager on this game now. Well, so be it.
I can't sit up that airplane right now. Dad's gonna watch Mahomes.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Like, but to answer your question, I think I see both sides. For now, I'll take it. Give it to me.
Right.
But I've never been on Christmas and thought like, man, you know what this needs? Football.
Yeah, I think there's enough going on that you don't need it. Like, right? Like I think too. I always I'm not a big NBA guy, but Bobby Bonilla Day.
I was going to say, Buttersworth, you're right. Bobby Bonilla Day should have been on there for sure.
Bobby Bonilla Day, that's fantastic. All right, chat, one more time here. So in the store today, 20% off personals. I already went through the list. Stadium Club, Bowman Chrome, 5-star. Bowman Flagship is the one that stands out to me. I love that product with Dylan Cruz and Walker Jenkins in there. We do have more half and halves in the store. Like I said, Matty Ice, Netta last night, crushing, flying through half and halves.
Surprised there's anything left.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't leave much. Didn't leave much on the bone. So shout out those guys again. Oh, Bobby Bonilla Day cracks me up, though. Oh, man, I had one more thing about football today. Oh, man, I forgot.
About Christmas?
Yeah, I did. What was it? Oh, that's what it was. It just said Christmas. What I remember Christmas was I'm not a big NBA guy, but that's like the one day of the year that I would watch the NBA games because that's what was on. So I remember like going to my grandmother's house after you open the presents in the morning. It's 1 o'clock. You know what I mean? You got the Knicks and the Pacers or whatever. And then you got OKC and, the Timberwolves. Yeah. And then you always got Lakers, like Spurs late at night. So like those were the times where I'm like, I don't like watching the NBA, but I'm like, all right, this is the one. Like I will not bet the NBA unless it's the playoffs and I have an edge, or it's the finals and there's nothing really much else on. And then it's Christmas Day. That's it. That's the only time I ever touched the NBA.
Now I'm not going to watch a lick of the NBA this year.
Yeah. CJ, so there's not any personals in the store yet because we didn't want you guys seeing those deals and be like, hey, let's get these guys ripping. You know what I mean? I got to save these hands. So as soon as we end this Talkin Slab show, CJ, we will have this personals loaded back up into the store, my friend.
Without further ado, why don't you say we wrap this thing up and get some personals in that store and get to ripping.
There, Josh, I agree with you.
All right, Connie, great stuff as always, man. Thank you for joining me on this Black Friday. I know you're back tonight.
I am back tonight. Me and J-Dog. J-Dog flying back in from upstate New York today. And yeah, me and the boys back together.
All right, love it. So appreciate you joining me, Connie. Go see the fam in the meantime. Benjamin, thank you for getting up early with us on this Black Friday. Thank you guys for watching and getting up early with us on this Black Friday. Don't go anywhere, though. We're ripping all day. 20% off in the store. We'll see you in just a couple moments right here, Sunco Sports.